Okay, all right. Just make sure everything's good, please. All right. Our number one department, I think. I have a blogger with me from Lebanon. I wanted to show him the amazing croissant stuff that we do here. And two most amazing pastry and baker in the house, Brandon and Laura. I'm a freak, a freak. Hello? It's saying just to give it that rock and roll bit of a One Floor by Lenny Kravitz. It's sexy, it's cool, you know. All the photography here with Lenny Kravitz taking pictures of people taking pictures of him. So he was sitting in a restaurant and people are taking pictures of him, so he took pictures of them. That's how the art happened here. اسمي حقيقي بشارة، بس هون بكندا سموني تشارلز لأنه وقت جيت 1976 إذا واحد ما كان اسمه توني ولا تشارلز ولا جورج يعني was very weird. مش مثل هلا، بتعرف ما كان في لا سوشيال ميديا ولا كمبيوترز يعني وقت اللي جيت لهون كانوا عالم يسألوني إنه يقولوا لي have you ever had French fries before? Have you ever seen television? Do you ride camels? So we've come a long way. إنه 1976 عالم ما كانوا يعرفوا شو لبنان وشو بيروت ما كانوا يقدروا يعرفوا يعني. So جيت 1976 وصار لي هون كذا سنة يعني وصار لي 40 سنة بهالبزنس food and beverage hospitality. Here we are, we're in Toronto and Miami. So بتورونتو عنا شي 15-16 مطعم وعم نفتح بعد 3 هالسنة وعنا بميامي 5 مطاعم بما في منهم واحد لبناني اسمه أمل وسميت المطعم أمل لأنه وقت كنا عم نعمر كان بكوفيد وأمل لإلي بالنسبة إلي كان إنه هوب بقى جبنا الاسم أمل إنه هوب during COVID. فتحنا مطعم بتورونتو واحد بميامي وهلأ عم ننبش بدنا نفتح بلوس أنجلوس ولاس فيغاس. So البزنس تبعنا كله مطاعم ونايت كلابس. عنا the second largest nightclub in the world اسمه رابلو كابانا هون بتورونتو. So يعني البزنس تبعنا كله hospitality, hotels, nightclubs, bars, restaurants. كمان عنا art galleries و cannabis stores. Cannabis stores بكندا is legal. انه الانفولفمنت تبعنا كله hospitality. مطاعمنا كلها معروفة بالبلد إنه we're very detail oriented and we're a lifestyle brand إنه not just food but decor, music, uniforms, events, you know, Ink Entertainment, which is the company I own, is a lifestyle brand. You know, we're very well known. بس نفتح مطعم, nightclub, bar, hotel, هاللي هو. You know, it's the experience is different. It's not just about food. It's not just about service. Not just about decor, but it's the whole package. نحن عنا we're very detail oriented. يعني كل شغلة صغيرة مهمة لإلنا. من ما واحد يطلع على الويب سايت تيجي على المطعم تيجي على البار إن كان الأكل السيرفيس الديكور الألوان. So we're very well known for being a very well curated, detailed lifestyle brand. ونشكر الله كل اللي عنا very very busy و very popular. سر النجاح وسر غير النجاح لأنه يعني قبل كنت you know micromanaging. I had to learn to stop micromanage, but I have a very good eye إنه بلاحظ كل شيء صغير وكبير وكل شيء لإلي مهم إن كان غبرة على الطاولة ولا ملح زيادة بالأكل ولا الزهور ولا الديكور ولا إذا كتير ضوء ولا كتير عتمة ولا موسيقى عالية everything because يعني all your senses are affected when you're in a space. It's not just about the meal you're having. Everything affects it. The music too loud, it's obnoxious. If it's too low, there's no energy. So يعني أنا بهتم بكل شيء مش أنا شخصيا بس I oversee everything from layout, designs, curating of the menu, and putting forward what Ink Entertainment stands for, which is quality, lifestyle, also value. Yani we're known, we're not we have some expensive restaurants, but you don't feel like you're being ripped off because for me, whether it's expensive or not, doesn't mean you're getting ripped off. It's when you don't get value for your money that you have a problem. So for me, value is very crucial. إنه مهم واحد يجي ويروح هلا في بيشتري شانيل بيرس ب5000 ب10000 بيبقى مبسوط واحد إنه they got value for their money. So it's not about how expensive, but are you getting your money's worth? هيدا أهم شيء عندي إنه ما حدا يفل من بزنس عندي مطعم بار هاللي هو ويفتكر إنه you know I got ripped off, I got overcharged. So كل شيء مهم, كل شيء مهم. It's a full circle. It's a full circle. إنه you go in, you're well taken care of, you get value for your money, you get an amazing product, and you feel like you're somewhere different, not just somewhere to eat. It doesn't matter how good the food is. I think, you know, dinner these days is like theater. People go out to see and be seen. They get dressed up or not dressed up, whatever mood they're in. But people want to be with people. You know, مثل ما بقولوا بلبنان جنة بدون ناس ما بتنداس بقى. يعني مهم انه يكون دايما بزي وعالم بقى كتير مهم انه كل شيء يكون منيح تيضل المحلات كلها busy. First and foremost, I think you have to have the drive. You have to be driven and you have to be very focused. And you can never ever think that you know everything because a lot of what I do is research. I travel, I eat different places, I drink different places, I stay in different hotel properties. Research is very crucial. Being focused is very crucial. Committed is is important. And you have to have a vision. And I teach my staff that we have a vision for every property. Just because somebody walks in says it's too loud for me or this is not good, I can't allow people to come in and change what the vision is. Now there's always tweaking, fixing. You make sure that you listen to people who know, and you study what they're saying, and then you make your own decision. But it's very important to do your homework, to be very focused, and not to veer off what your plans are. لأنه أوقات تقعد مع 4 أشخاص وكل واحد عنده opinion وشيل وعمول هيك so you can't. It's important to surround yourself with people who are knowledgeable, have experience. You definitely need advisors with you when you're growing at this rate and this size. And I know we employ over 2,500 people. We're forever growing. And it's important to have people that advise you and help you. But the vision has to stay. You cannot veer off. So look, you know what? There's always new trends that come out. I hate to say about myself that I'm usually ahead of the trend. For example, I was the first one ever in Canada to have a DJ inside of a restaurant in 1992. People came in, they thought very weird, but you know, or a food trend, you know, like Biblos, which is Middle Eastern fusion done at its best, and it's probably one of the best restaurants anybody could ever go to. Trend with design, it's very crucial that, you know, you're ahead of the curve with your design, with your you know, your colors, your palette, your shapes, and also the way people eat and sit. A lot of my restaurants have a bit of a residential feeling, so they're not just tables and chairs and tables and chairs. And I teach people it's not always about maximizing the amount of seats and the amount of bars and the amount of sales. It's the longevity that counts. So how long am I going to be around for? And if that means making a space a lot more comfortable, but yes, maybe it'll seat 10-15% less, but it will have longevity because it will not feel like your typical space, your typical restaurant, or a place where you just go eat and leave. So we usually and have for many years changed the trend in Toronto. We've won hundreds of global awards, not just local, but global awards, whether it was for design, whether it was for a new type of food that we serve. And then there are times where I look at what the trend is, I take it, look at it, and try and change a little bit so that we make it our own and not just a copy. But traveling and learning and not being afraid is very important. You cannot be afraid of trying something new as long as it's well thought of and as long as it's done well. Because people appreciate when they walk in somewhere to see that someone has taken the time, the energy, the money to go out of their way to change what has been done for so many years in such a traditional way. Bisha, the hotel we opened, was always supposed to be and meant to be the beginning of a brand, global brand. And the name came because my real name is Bshara. When I came to Canada, you know, my mother, since I was born, nicknamed me Bisha. I grew up in Lebanon as Bisha. And when I was building the hotel, I thought there's nothing more suitable than Bisha, because Bisha represents who I am, and Bisha represents what I think is an opening in the market of the hotel industry, because Bisha is a crossover between a Four Seasons and a W hotel, where one is very hip and cool and one offers the best services and attention to details. And for somebody like me who travels, you know, probably 150 days a year, it was important to find something that's hip and cool yet sophisticated and delivers on you know, what it's supposed to do, which is making the traveler feel at home, making the travel feel comfortable. So it was very important. The colors, I'm somebody who loves black, so there's a lot of black in the hotel, but it's very well done. It doesn't feel dark, it feels bright. It's forward. There's about 15,000 pieces of art and paintings on the walls, in the rooms, in the hallways, in the lobby. The music is curated to be a certain way, and the whole hotel represents who I am and my lifestyle and the way I live every day. And it has proven to be a big success. We probably have the highest ADR on the market today, which is an average daily rate, which means we have become one of the more expensive properties, but that's driven by demand, and demand is driven by the fact that people love staying there. So attention to details there is very crucial, and the place feels very lush yet airy and not stuffy. It doesn't feel stuffy. The staff are energetic and young. The staff are happy to help. The staff are there to make your experience very pleasant. And that's what a hotel should do. Should be your home away from home. And I think Bisha does that very, very well. So that's my head office home. I have three offices. This is my main one. I have a smaller one downtown, and I have a huge office in Miami now as well. Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year for 2018. That's a big award. Pinnacle Award, Company of the Year, 2013. I didn't want to be a Lebanese guy opening Lebanese restaurant. I didn't think it was the right timing. So a year before COVID, I felt like it was the right timing to open something very sophisticated, mature, high quality. And so I put the restaurant in motion, and then COVID hit before we opened, and I changed the name to Amal, لأنه, Amal means hope. So it was during COVID, and that's how the name came about. It's a very sophisticated restaurant, probably today the busiest maybe in Toronto. Drake comes once or twice a week, every week. And many celebrities. It's become the it spot with Lebanese food, which is tough to do. Lebanese food is not known to be hip and cool and sophisticated. It's meant to be, overall, here you go to a Lebanese restaurant, it's a mom and pop operation, and usually very good, but not high-end, not sophisticated. And that's what happened. I'm actually very happy, and now it's proven to be probably one of my best performing and most wanted brands. We opened in Miami 2 months ago, and you can't get a reservation for a month at a time. And now we're looking at Los Angeles and Vegas. Like, very seriously, we have people that are very much on the ground, and we'll probably open in the next year and a half in Los Angeles as well. Biblos is fusion of all Mediterranean, mainly, Lebanon, Turkey, Persian. Biblos, we have 2 locations in Toronto. One in Miami has been there 8 years, and it's named one of the top 3 restaurants in Miami. It does very well. It's fusion. It was created by, a chef who had never eaten Middle Eastern food. I sent him to Montreal. His name is Stuart Cameron. He's Australian, very talented. And again, it goes back to the amount of research, time and effort you put into it, the amount of time you spend trying things out, testing, tasting, spending enough time to create something great. And there's no restaurant like it in the world today. Nothing. That restaurant can be anywhere in the world. It's really probably one of the best ever put together fusion restaurants. And it performs very well. In Toronto, it's been about over 10 years now, and it's still one of the busiest properties that we own. I started my career in the nightclub industry in 1983. I was 22 years old. So I have a big passion, love for music. And today we own 3 big festivals in Canada. The biggest one in Canada is actually ours. It's called Veld. It's year 10 this year. We have the second largest nightclub in the world. And we have many nightclubs. At one point I used to have 7 nightclubs at one time. So we have a music department that curates, books all the talent. We do, I don't know, maybe 1,000 shows a year, 1,000. So you do need a special music department that helps book, market, direct, and oversees all facets of the music side. So we have the biggest DJs in the world, the biggest. And a lot of them started, with me, because I've been doing this in 8 months, it'll be 40 years. So almost every DJ that's big today, or band that's big today, started, after I started in my career. So I have personal relationship with a lot of them. And there's mutual respect with what we do and what we've done, and they trust us. And I think part of growing, you asked me earlier on another segment, part of growing, advice to grow, you have to get people's trust. If people don't trust you, whether it's your staff, your management, your customers, then it's a losing battle. But the minute people trust you, that no matter what you offer them, they come. They try it, and hopefully they keep trusting you if you put out the right product. So trust plays a big role. Your staff have to trust you. They have to trust that you're doing what's best for them as well, that you're watching their back, that you care about their well-being, and that there's growth for them. And when you say to somebody, don't worry, there's room for you to grow, or don't worry, I'm going to move you somewhere that you like more because you like them and they do a great job. So trust is a big word in my vocabulary. That we're a lifestyle brand, high-end brand. Doesn't necessarily always have to be expensive, So we have some lower brands like Figo that's not expensive, but the quality of the food, the design of the space is impeccable.